Welcome back to Trash to Cash. Yesterday we found this lawnmower in the trash. Someone was throwing this out. Pretty sure it doesn't run. First thing I gotta start doing, we got our air intake right here. Take it off. Just took the air filter off. We're gonna try giving it a couple of cranks, see if it lights up. Seems like we got nothing, but it looks like the cylinder's moving. We're gonna need to check if the spark plug is there. One thing that I already noticed, when you push the lever back, it's not moving much. So what I think we'll have to end up doing is tightening this lever right here, just so that we get a little bit more pressure. Next thing we'll do, try finding the carburetor and see if that's jammed up. Okay, so she didn't crank like we wanted it to. The cylinder is definitely moving and our pulley is in good condition. Our air filter is off, so we're gonna go clean that. Next step, see if the spark plug is going off. And we're also gonna check if we could find the carburetor to try cleaning it out. Where this air intake is also where the carburetor is.
Air right there, open up your air intake, and this little fine one is your gas.
We're gonna use this zip tie, close shut so it's not creating any friction. And we're gonna have this on standby, just in case anything goes wrong, we're just gonna cut it. It basically just lets this spin. The second this creates friction is why the engine stops. Okay, we just gave it a couple good spins and nothing's going, but it's giving out pretty good sound. So two things we still haven't checked is the oil and the gas, which are literally the first things we should have checked. There's a lot of oil, so we're pretty good on that. Seems like we have some gas, so we're gonna use this little dowel to see how much gas there is inside of the engine. Ooh, there's a very sufficient amount. Okay, one more thing I want to try doing before we start cranking it again is I'm going to clean the underbody just a little bit. We're going to use our compressed air, see if maybe the gunk is preventing us from getting that good spin on it. Just going to keep cranking it. Still have that zip tie, so let's see if it works. Oh my goodness. Never again. It works. It runs. We just gotta figure out why I keep stopping. This is insane. This is insane. Here's a little trick I'm gonna do. So this lever right here controls our air intake into our carburetor. So I just put a little piece of tape just because it's very flimsy. Maybe more air in the system will help it run more consistently. It runs, but it keeps shutting off. So we have to figure out what the problem is there. Okay, I was just giving it a couple more cranks, and I think I know what the problem is. We didn't put back the air filter. So instead of it running too rich on air, clear up the air filter. We're gonna pop it back in. And we're gonna try again. Give her a few cranks after we put the air filter back on. Really, the only other thing I could think of is to add more gas so that there is more fuel getting pushed to the fuel line. Easier when I tilt it forward. All the gas in the fuel line flows into the carburetor. Might not be the solution, but as I said, we're troubleshooting. Also, one thing you might notice, we no longer have the zip tie. I realized that you only have to open it a little bit for it not to create friction, so it's actually fine. Ladies and gentlemen, after only a few trial and errors with playing with the carburetor, the air filter, adding some gas, checking the oil, cleaning it out a little bit, she runs. All we gotta do now is clean it up and place it on Facebook Marketplace. Now we're just gonna clean it. Before we fix drive system, we're just gonna clean it up just so we have a clean work surface. We're using tire shine, bump up all these black accents that we have on the lawnmower. Got some WD-40, basically a really good degreaser, so it helps kind of clean out the system a little easier. And then in this bucket, I just got dish soap and a towel. Okay, I just learned something really cool on the throttle. Listen guys, I don't actually know what I'm talking about, okay? What we just learned in the carburetor, this little pulley that moves up and forward. When it moves forward, it actually closes the gas. When it moves back, it's actually holding in as much gas going into the engine as possible. Every time it jigs, it like closes up the line a little bit and it runs a lot faster and a lot smoother. So I think that's gonna be our next step after we clean it. I'm gonna turn it on and I'm gonna show you guys what I mean. Now we're gonna use our magic tool, WD-40. Everywhere where we see like those black marks that aren't coming off, those are just grease. So we're gonna put a little bit of this and then we're just gonna keep scrubbing with our very dirty cloth. We're gonna use WD-40 just to get rid of all that grease that's in those random spots and nooks and crannies. Okay, I got myself a little wet. Oh shit. Fastest way to dry it off before we get into giving the black accents a little bit of a touch up is just to run it. Let's run it. Now let's just clean this hood cover. Then let's go back to the garage so we have an air compressor and we can clean off the rest. Now we're gonna use the tire shine on all the black accents, and it's basically just gonna make them pop, and it's not gonna leave that kind of gray residue after you wash it. Only a couple of things left to do. One thing we're still gonna do is adjust our throttle by just tightening this bolt. It should create a little bit more friction and just stays closed just so the engine runs a little bit faster and a little bit more rich. We're gonna try tightening this spring by just crimping it a little bit more. See if that made any difference. Honestly, I didn't adjust much on that spring, but hopefully it's enough to make a difference, so. Now we're gonna try fixing this. I think I'm gonna get rid of this whole system completely. I don't know about you guys, but in my opinion, this looks a lot better just because it's a little bit more functional. We basically just hid that bolt right there, some electrical tape on it, and it still works. Like the drive system still spins. It just doesn't spin as fast if you don't have that accessibility. I'm still gonna give them this original attachment, but when we're selling it, they don't need to know that it's there. They just have to test out if the motor works. Now we're just gonna put the cover on and we're gonna take the pictures, guys. All that's left to do is take the pictures, post on Facebook Marketplace, and then it's just a waiting game. I'm honestly super happy on how well this came together. From fixing it to cleaning it, to now us just needing to take pictures and posting on Facebook Marketplace. Our filter's clean, we got some gas in it, person to test it out, and obviously our cubby's clean. When we're gonna be describing it, we're obviously gonna be a little bit more transparent and tell buyers what they're getting themselves into. Just had someone message me, they're about to come. They're, I think, 5 minutes out. Hopefully he takes it. We're selling it for 180. Hopefully he doesn't bargain any further. Let's go. Hey, how's it going? Hi. Boys and girls, literally trash to cash. We got this lawnmower for free and we just made 180 off it. I'm telling you, it's that easy. All you gotta do is just wash it and post it on Facebook Marketplace and you make casa. The way that it works, air filter, our choke is right here, and then it's basically just this little box connected to this circle right here. We have our governor rod, which is then connected to our governor spring, and it's connected to the carburetor in one end. On the other end, we have another rod that's connected to our flywheel. Flywheel is basically what we pull and start spinning to help kickstart the engine. So what happens is that there's this little flap right here that's connected to the other rod that controls the air intake into our carburetor. Flywheel gets pushed, starts spinning. All those little fans on our flywheel start pushing air on this little door, and this door keeps our choke open. Okay, I'm gonna give you a side profile of the choke. So this is basically like a door, and this door open and closes. Air is coming inside, and this flap basically moves side to side. What's also happening in the carburetor is that there's gas getting pushed into it. And all the carburetor does is mixes air and gas and pushes it into the cylinder. What then happens is that when the flywheel starts going, it'll automatically open that door. Our choke will start working, right? So this door will open, this circle will go this way. Better example is this is how it looks when it's open. This is how it looks when it's closed. And it's pushing all that air mixed with the gas into the cylinder, basically creating combustion.